This is probably the biggest reason that you're not gaining muscle as fast as you want to. If you're not doing these things, then you're basically cutting your gains in half. Okay, muscles are cool. I want more of them, and you probably want more of them as well, but that's not always how it goes, is it? Well, if we want to actually optimize our muscle growth and grow more muscle faster, we need to first actually understand how your muscles work. Well, your muscles actually get energy from food that we eat. So, in order for your muscles to actually work, they require energy. And this energy, like I said, comes from the food that you eat, which then gets turned into something called glycogen, which is stored in your muscles. Every 1 gram of glycogen comes with 3 grams of water. So all of this glycogen and water is stored inside of your muscles. And every time that you do a rep of an exercise, your energy or your glycogen goes down and down and down until eventually you can no longer lift the weight, and that is muscular failure. Now, of course, muscular failure is temporary. You'll go all the way down until 0 on your glycogen. That's muscular failure, but you wait a few minutes, it'll come back up, but it'll only come up to about like 80-ish%. So you can't just lift heavy weight forever and ever. Eventually you'll go down and down and down and down and down until you're just done and you can't lift any more weight. Like I said, the way that our muscles work is through energy, which is glycogen, and the energy and the glycogen comes from the foods that we eat. So if energy comes from food that we eat, then what's the best diet for muscle growth? Well, obviously, we all know that you need protein in order to gain muscle. It's the main thing in your muscles that actually makes them grow. So maybe the high protein diet is a good thing, like carnivore, just all meat. That's all it is, protein, protein, protein. But we need energy, and a lot of energy from the food that we eat mainly comes from carbs. So maybe we should eat a high carb diet, lots of breads and stuff like that. But you've probably heard that carbs just make you fat and give you diabetes. So maybe that's not it for you. Maybe you should try low carb, maybe like keto, almost no carbs at all. I mean, all of these different diets, it's really hard to know which one is actually the best for just muscle gain. There is actually a definitive answer to this question. The best diet for muscle growth is the same thing that your mommy's been telling you your entire life. A balanced diet. Eat your fruits and eat your veggies. Also, don't forget your carbs and your fats as well. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do I need to eat vegetables in order to gain muscle? There's no protein in vegetables, and there's basically no calories in vegetables, which are the 2 main things that we need to grow muscle, so why would I eat vegetables? And also carbs and fats. I mean, carbs give you diabetes, and fats make you have heart disease and blood clotting issues and stuff like that. Why would I eat any of this stuff for muscle gain? Well, first of all, yes, fat does give you heart disease and stuff like this, but this is in extreme amounts. For example, if you're just eating fast food every day, deep fried this, deep fried that, burgers covered in oil and pizza that's all greasy, that is extreme amounts of fat. But I mean, really, if you think about it, all the people that eat extreme amounts of fat and grease and stuff like that are all what? Well, they're fat. Well, why are they fat? Because all the fat that they're eating is just lots and lots of calories. And calories are one of the most important things that you need in order to grow. These people are growing, they're just growing in fat and not in muscle. So fat is actually very good if you're doing bulking, which is eating more calories than your body requires to just survive. If you're eating more calories than your body needs to survive, you will gain weight. Now, if you're weight training, if you're actually lifting weights or doing some sort of resistance exercising, resistance training, you will gain muscle rather than just fat. But you need to make sure that you're not eating too many calories. An easy way to know is just an online calorie calculator. There's a bunch of them online. You just go onto the website, type in all your stats, and there you go. The website will give you a rough estimation calculation of how many calories you need to eat to gain a certain amount of weight. Also, fat is really good for calories, but it's also very good for allowing your body to absorb vitamins better, which is why you need to eat vegetables and fruits. Fruits and vegetables have a lot of vitamins, and vitamins are what make your body work properly. Everything needs to be working in tip-top shape, and vitamins help with that, especially muscle growth. Vegetables and fruits are essential because they give you essential vitamins that you need in order to gain muscle. So that is why you need to eat vegetables. Yes, the calories and the protein are very important, but the vitamins are also very important. With that, the best diet for muscle growth and just overall performance by science is a balanced diet. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables, your carbs, your fats, your protein, your fiber, all of it. You need all of it. In my opinion, it's not really wise to cut out an entire nutrient group from your diet. If you're looking for muscle growth and just overall health in general, it's best, according to science, to just eat everything. Eat all of your nutrient groups and everything. If you cut out an entire nutrient group, if you eat no carbs, that's not going to be very good. If you eat no fats, that's not going to be very good. If you eat no protein, that's not going to be very good. You need all of them in order for your body to function properly, including growing muscle. But people are different. Of course, some people just do better on some different, very specific diets. Some people have allergies and they physically cannot eat these things without breaking out into hives and, asphyxiating themselves and not being able to breathe and stuff like that. It's, people obviously have their different little specifications that they need for their own body, but in general, the average person, the best diet just overall and for muscle gain especially is a balanced diet. Okay, so we got the diet down, but what is this quote-unquote secret ingredient that we need to optimize in order to gain the most amount of muscle? Well, there's two of them. Number one is getting enough sleep, and number two is drinking enough water. Like I said, these two things are like the most overlooked things when it comes to muscle gain, but they are absolutely essential. Starting with sleeping enough. Your body needs rest in order to grow. Think about, being sick. The best time that your body is able to fight off your sickness as best as possible is when you're sleeping. If you even have any physical damage like cuts or stuff like that, when you're sleeping is when your body is best at repairing them. So if you go to the gym and beat down your muscles, you sleep, and that is when your body is repairing and rebuilding that muscle back bigger and stronger. This is why we have rest days where we're not going to the gym, because if we just go to the gym constantly, our body's not going to have enough time to actually rebuild. So people call them rest days, but we should start thinking about them as grow days. And people think of sleep as just being unconscious, but I like to think of it as growing muscle. If you're an adult, meaning over the age of 20, on average you require a little bit less sleep in general. Between 7 to 8 hours is pretty good for an average adult. Now, kids and teens, on the other hand, require quite a bit more sleep. For the average teen, meaning between maybe 13 and 19, they require a little bit more sleep, anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of sleep on average for maximum performance and optimal gains. Now, I know what you teens are probably thinking, and I'm thinking the same thing. I play video games at night, and sometimes I play for quite a long time, and it gets to the, pretty late, and all that time, am I just wasting all that time when I could be gaining muscle? And the answer is basically yes. But I've come up with this kind of system for myself. Basically, I get on the game at around 9 p.m. and then I can play until around 11 p.m. And if I wake up at around 8 a.m., that's approximately, 8-ish hours, depending on how long it takes me to fall asleep and stuff like that. But still, if I hop on at 9, play until 11, that's still 3 hours of actual playing time. And then I get around 8-ish hours, which is right at that, general time frame of when you're most optimally growing muscle throughout, your sleeping. And so it's kind of a compromise. Yes, maybe you're not going to be able to stay up until, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. playing video games, but if you're serious and you really want to grow muscle, it's a price that's well worth paying. Now, the second thing, like I said, is not drinking enough water. Do you remember the thing that I said about glycogen and water earlier in the video? Every 1 gram of glycogen comes with 3 grams of water. Yeah, your muscles hold 3 grams of water for every 1 gram of glycogen. Now, when I said that the first time, it doesn't seem very important, but it's a 3-to-1 ratio of glycogen to water. So water is obviously very important inside of your muscles. In fact, it's so important that your muscles are made up of 76% water. Basically, if you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day, it's gonna get held inside of your muscles. And the more water that's inside of your muscles, the bigger you look. Water literally makes you look bigger. I don't know about you, but I would love to look bigger just standing there. Right now, I look like a stick figure Slender Man when I have a shirt on. If I could look like I actually worked out and went to the gym without having to take my shirt off, that would be pretty cool. But it's not all about looks. Water actually literally makes you stronger as well. Like I said, glycogen is your muscle's energy. So the more glycogen you have, the more weight you can lift for more reps. And the more weight you can lift for more reps, the stronger you are. And glycogen comes with 3 times as much water. So the more water you have in the muscles, the more glycogen you have in the muscles. And the more glycogen you have in the muscles, the more energy you have. The more energy you have, the stronger you are. Drink plenty of water because water literally makes you stronger. So just for a little recap, sleep plenty, because that is when your muscles are actually growing, and drink plenty of water. The more water you drink, the bigger you look, and the stronger you'll be. All right, that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, tell me in the comments down below if you did enjoy. If you have any other questions for me regarding muscles or just regarding anything in general, leave it in the comments down below in this video as well, and I'll try to answer it as best as I possibly can in a future video. But with that, that's about the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.